We've all seen it in the movies, right? The car crash, and then boom, a massive fireball. But how much of that is Hollywood, and how much is a real danger we should be worried about? Well, in this explainer, we're going to tear apart that myth. We're moving past the fiction to give you the real-world knowledge you need to turn fear into preparedness.
So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll tackle that Hollywood myth versus the actual danger. Then, we'll get into the explosion recipe, what it really takes for a vehicle to catch fire. After that, we'll cover the warning signs your own senses can pick up on, lay out a dead simple critical escape plan, and wrap up with the most important number to remember for your safety, the 100-foot rule.
All right, let's dive right in. We have to start with the image that's burned into all of our brains, thanks to decades of action flicks where cars seem to explode if you so much as look at them funny.
And yeah, it totally feels Hollywood. But here's the truth. While explosions are way rarer than the movies would have you believe, and that's largely thanks to some incredible safety engineering, the danger is not zero. So what actually flips the switch and turns a car wreck into a potential fireball? Let's get into the science.
A real car fire isn't a simple thing. It's almost never just one single failure. You really have to think of it more like a perfect storm. A really nasty recipe where a few different things have to go wrong all at once in the chaos of a crash.
So, what are the ingredients in this dangerous recipe? Well, the big one is obvious, a fuel leak finding a spark. But where does that spark come from? It could be anything, a short circuit in the wiring, a super hot engine, or a damaged battery. The sheer force of the impact can be enough to break critical parts. And that's not even getting into cars with alternative fuels like propane or other outside factors.
And you know, not all fires are created equal. With a regular gasoline car, the risk is pretty straightforward. Gas vapor meets a spark, and whoosh, you get a fast-spreading fire. But with electric vehicles, it's a whole different beast. The risk is something called thermal runaway. If an EV battery gets damaged, it can kick off a chemical chain reaction that literally feeds itself. It actually generates its own oxygen, making it incredibly difficult to put out. And this creates a truly terrifying risk of a delayed, unpredictable explosion, sometimes minutes or even hours after the crash.
Okay, this brings us to a really critical point. These situations can go from bad to catastrophic in seconds. In those first moments after a collision, your survival might just depend on you using your senses, your eyes, your ears, your nose, to spot the red flags that disaster is about to strike.
First up, in all that chaos, you have to trust your nose. It can be your very first warning. So what do you smell? Next, what are your eyes telling you? What do you see? This can give you undeniable proof that you are in extreme danger.
And finally, what do you hear? Some sounds are a clear, unmistakable signal to get away right now.
Let's break this down. For smell, a strong gasoline odor is a huge red flag, obviously. But also be aware of burning plastic or a really sharp, acrid, almost sulfuric smell. That could point to a serious battery problem. For see, you're looking for thick black smoke. That's usually fuel or oil, or dense white smoke, which is often coolant. Any liquid pooling under the car, or, of course, any visible flames at all means get out. And for hear, listen for a hissing sound, maybe from a leaking line, or any popping and crackling noises, which usually mean electrical shorts.
So, you've picked up on one of those signs. Your gut is screaming that something is terribly wrong. What do? This is not the time to think. It's not the time to weigh your options. It's time for a simple, non-negotiable escape plan.
Okay, listen up, because this is the most crucial part. There are only 3 priorities, period. 1, escape. Get out of that vehicle as fast as humanly possible. 2, forget your stuff. Your phone, your wallet, your laptop, none of it matters. Your life is the only thing that matters. And 3, move. Don't just get out of the car, get away from it. Create distance, fast.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important piece of life-saving advice. How far is far enough? Well, there's a guideline for that, and it's called the 100-foot safety rule. Because when it comes to a potential explosion, distance is your best and really your only defense.
100 feet. That's the number. That is the minimum safe distance you need to put between yourself and a vehicle that you think might be in danger of catching fire or exploding.
Now, I know, trying to judge 100 feet in a moment of sheer panic is tough. So here's an easy way to picture it. It's about the length of 3 big school buses parked bumper to bumper. That's probably a lot further than you might think, but that distance is what could save your life.
So why that exact number? Why 100 feet? Because that's what it takes to protect you from the main dangers, the blast wave itself and all the deadly flying debris and shrapnel. And just as important, it gives you a buffer for those delayed dangers we talked about, like leaking fluid that finally finds a spark, or an EV battery that decides to go critical long after the initial crash.
So there you have it. While a car exploding is rare, the consequences are so unbelievably severe that you just have to be prepared. This knowledge can help you make faster, smarter choices when every single second counts. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. How do your everyday choices, simple things like keeping up with car maintenance or just being mindful of what you're carrying in your trunk, how can those small things help prevent a rare catastrophe from ever happening to begin with?
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.